Um, Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? What up, what up, what up? Hello, hello, hello. Y'all know AMT got too tired? Yeah. I'm interested to look back at the VODs and see how everything broke down. Obviously, not all the games I watched as closely because when I wasn't on broadcast, I was resting up and getting water and going to the bathroom and stuff. So I'm curious. India big sad, yeah. Not a great tournament for India. It happens though. You live and you learn. What up, everybody? What do you think about Godlike? They were good. They were close to making day two. Chinese teams got destroyed. Not really. FPX was one game from qualifying. Q9 looked like the best team in day one. All right. David Wallace with the Master Tier membership. Still stream. Guys, cut me some slack. I've been casting for the last 2 weeks. Come on, guys. Did I see Land's tweet? Yes, I saw Land's tweet. Let me see. I don't remember exactly what his tweet was. Overconfident Chinese team got destroyed. Ooh. You know what? I'll do Blake a favor and I'll be sure to actually tag him in the picture. Okay. Land incoming. Let me adjust. Tag people. Because he was upset that I never tag him whenever I tweet from the COD Mobile Esports account. Okay. Face cam? Oh! I have no face cam. Hi, guys. Okay. Let's see. Back to this. What were we talking about? Oh, I was going to look at Lane's tweet. Will Tribe versus Blacklist happen? I hope so. Alien with the 2-month resub. Appreciate it. Can we get some sub hype? Okay. Let's see. Obviously, I did see Lane's tweet because I replied to it. Let's see. Oh, that's just water, right? Oh. There's nothing important there anyway. What was the one? This was the one that I replied to. Trovo is hosting me. What the frick? Trovo? Like actual? My gosh, what? Thanks for the host, Trovo. Nice! LOL. Okay. Yeah, so basically it was Lan versus the whole of India. Lan's correct, but he's a bit harsh. Yeah, I would agree with that. What was the first tweet? I think this was the first tweet. Yeah. See, what he was trying to say with this tweet is India did not perform well in stage 5. But what he said literally insulted the whole of India. So you can't, like, honestly, this was probably just one big impression for him, but you can't be upset that people got mad about that. Like, you literally insulted the entire country. I know that's not what he was trying to say, but that's what he said. Oh my gosh. Like, anybody who watched India Stage 4 knew that the bottom 3 teams were not going to do anything. Like, that was just, I said that multiple times heading into Stage 5. If you watched India Stage 4, it was pretty obvious that Godlike was the only team that had a chance of making Day 2. Because they smacked everybody else. Like, it was just not even remotely close. Everybody else was getting just dumpstered. Godlike was so overhyped. They weren't overhyped. They're the number 1 team in one of the biggest regions. So obviously the whole, like, every Indian fan was going to cheer for Godlike. They lost to DG. Okay, I will say that one, they just threw. Like, straight up, the match against DG, they threw really hard. It was kind of painful to watch. Let me let's see. Lan can say that because Garena thinks they're the best. Well, I mean, the finals were Garena versus Garena, so Craft, those stats were bugged. That wasn't the numbers on that were not accurate. There's a bug in the API that for one specific team it like doubled all the stats. It did it for Navi the first week, but I can guarantee you those were not correct. 60 hertz versus 120 hertz. Yeah, Blacklist was on 60 hertz, so y'all can just kind of throw that excuse in the trash can. Like, stop. Y'all can throw that one out. Just go ahead and throw it in the trash can, because the team that won was playing on 60 hertz. So I don't want to see anything about that for the rest of the conversation. Funny how people can say a fact is an excuse. I mean, at this point, it is an excuse. The team that won was on 60 hertz. Like, it's not a legitimate excuse anymore. When did you get back? I got back yesterday. Blacklist versus Tribe next? I hope so. Most surprising team was Vox? No question it was Blacklist. Blacklist didn't look solid at all during Garena Champs. I want to go back and look at Arena Stage 4. Let's see. Garena Stage 4. Vox was insanely good. Okay, but they came in 3rd, and Blacklist won. Let's see. Check land subscribers. I mean, that's not surprising. Like, he kind of deserved it. Let's see. Social Blade. Especially if you're gonna go and post it on your YouTube as well. It's one thing to post it on Twitter, but okay. Y'all said he lost 600 subscribers. He lost 100. Unless he lost like 500 more in the last hour or something. No, he did lose another 200. Okay, so he's lost 300. Let's see. Lost 9. What are y'all talking about? Lost 900 subs. Like, where are you seeing that at? What do you think about Q9? I think they underperformed on day 2. I won't lie. I think the overconfidence is what got to him at the end of the day. East. Day 2 English. Let's see. Who's the first matchup? Were they in the first matchup? Vox versus AMT. Yeah, I don't really want to listen to the commentary. I just want to kind of watch. Q9 got nerfed like the QQ9. LOL. Blacklist is just too good. Yeah, I don't think people understand how big of a deal it was that Blacklist won, given at every stage of the competitions that they played in, they were the underdog. Like, even in the Garena qualifiers, or not even in the Philippines qualifiers, not even the Garena qualifiers. In the Philippines qualifiers, it didn't seem like they should have won the matches they won. Like, from most standpoints, looking at the records of all the teams, it looked like the reason, and I'll move my face cam. It looked like the reason that they made it through is because Omega, like, threw their games. Because if you look back at the records, they came from the losers bracket after they lost to a team that Omega beat 3-0. Crazy. Blacklist is a mix of VVV and PDR. Who said they're underdogs? There's literally no... They haven't played a single tournament since August that they were not an underdog in. Anybody who's been paying attention at all can tell you nobody thought they were going to win the entire thing. Beef Mommy didn't even think they were going to beat Q9 on day 2. She wanted them to, but she didn't think it was going to happen. Like, literally nobody predicted this. I can tell you that right now. There were people who wanted it to happen, but realistically, nobody actually thought it was going to happen. Do a Bobby Reacts video? I'll probably do a couple Bobby Reacts videos out of this. AMT... Yeah, I will say I was really impressed by Vox. I mean, for the most part, the Japanese qualifiers were not very impressive at all. They had gun skill, but it felt like they were making a lot of mistakes left and right. Especially for Vox to be the number 2 team who originally didn't even qualify for stage 5. Like, they put in the work. I think I tweeted this yesterday, but I think Unlucky's probably a top 3 sniper in the world. Like, that guy is crazy. Their S&D strats need to be improved. Yeah, they basically were just hoping that Unlucky got a bunch of snipes. That was their that was their entire gameplay strategy, which obviously is not super sustainable. What are the pros and cons of casting stage 5? I mean, I don't think there are really many cons. I've always, like, from the time I started casting, COD Mobile wanted to cast a World Final, so. Kenshi was also goated? Yeah, Kenshi was really, really good. I was impressed by his snipes, for sure. I don't think he's quite on the same level as Unlucky, but no question, he's definitely an elite sniper. I would say, if I was going to make a list of the best snipers in the world, I think Heaven and Unlucky would definitely be 2 of my top 3. I don't know who would be in that 3rd spot. But those 2 would definitely be 2 of my top 3. Shut Up was really, really good with the sniper as well. I didn't realize he was quite on that level. Views on LAN versus India? I mean, I think India definitely underperformed in... Not underperformed. Like, anybody who's paying attention knew that Godlike was the only team from India that had a chance at making it to day 2. The rest of the teams got completely smoked in stage 4. I think the way that LAN phrased it, like he was setting himself up for failure, and then he leaned into it. So at the end of the day, I think it was just one poorly thought out impression farm. Cons are that you don't... Yeah, I guess the cons that I don't get to stream and upload YouTube videos. That's true. Yeah, that's true. This was probably the best highlight for me. Let's see. Let me see this. Oh, this is Kenshi's... His 1v3, I think.
Shut up. One player.
This was crazy.
Clutch. He's able to find the player on the bomb.
I can't believe Heaven didn't get him right here.
Heaven's got the read on him right there.
Like, if you're Heaven, you just gotta pull out the revolver.
Shut up.
That
One
was
player remains. Kenji's trying
crazy.
to clutch. He's able to find the player on the bomb. That might have been in time. Heaven's got the read on him right there.
He even
They're gonna
missed
go
the
ahead
first shot.
behind.
That was the
Oh,
crazy
the
thing about
three-peat.
it. And then the
Shut up.
follow-up onto Shut Up.
One player remains. Kenji's trying to clutch.
That was,
He's able to find the player on the bomb.
That
That
was
might
kind of a
have been
low-key
in
throw
time.
by
Heaven's got
Almighty.
the
There
read on him
were
right there.
multiple
They're
people in
gonna go
position to
ahead
be able to
behind.
hit that
He
snipe.
hits the three-peat. Shut up. One player remains.
Any viewers who can take a hint? Knew you were casting the finals. Why so much secrecy about it? Just because I wanted to wait for the announcement. Like they always make an official announcement about it. So obviously the people that, I mean this in the least egotistical way possible, but I'm the COD mobile guy when it comes to like esports. So like, you know, just kind of the way that it is. Bobby was kind of right though. Godlike are just the best of a bad region. I'm not gonna call them a bad region because if there's a good team in the region, then obviously not the entire region is bad. But I will say probably the skill level doesn't match the amount of hype that they get. I think you could say that. What time you wake up for Eastern? We started casting at 10 p.m. So it wasn't about what time I woke up. It was about what time I went to sleep. I think Lan is wrong. Your opinion on Indian teams? I mean, I've said this 1,000 times, but anybody who's paying attention knew Godlike was the only team that had a chance of making day 2. China S&D overrated? I think China had a difficult time adapting. I think whoever organized China Masters set their teams up for failure because they practice for Masters completely different than they practice for Champs. With that being said, like Heaven himself said there was a very real chance that there could be 3 China teams on day 2. So it's not like I was the only person that thought China was going to be really good. Like Zim said, Q9 was going to win it all. By most stretches, even if you just looked at the day 1 performances, Q9 looked like the best team. Like they were never remotely close to losing. Except for the last game that didn't have any impact on whether or not they made it. Guy who set the Chinese rule set minus 90,000 social credit. Q9 got smoked. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to them. It almost felt like a stage 4/Masters stamina thing, you know? Where stamina like just completely dominates all the way through, and then as soon as they take a loss, they just lose all their confidence. That's very much what it felt like. Do you even sleep during the Eastern day? So for those of you wondering about my my sleep schedule during the Eastern finals, my sleep schedule during this one was really good. So this one was basically Unlucky versus Heaven all the way through. Oh my gosh, this one was so much fun to watch. I wish I'd gotten to cast it, but we were like, the nice thing about when we weren't casting is there were like 6 TVs over on the side with all of the different spectator views, and so we got to watch like all the players at the same time. And most of the time they just had the POVs for Heaven and Unlucky, so we just watched them go back and forth. That was big from Shut Up. Shut Up played really well in this one too, but it was definitely Heaven with a... I didn't realize that he missed all of those. Q9 is laggy. I mean, maybe. I couldn't really tell that from their POV. They could have been. I wish that Q9 players could use Twitter so that I could like know what was actually going on from their POVs. Like obviously all the players always talk about whatever their experience is in that stage of the competition, and because of communism, we don't get to know that. Overall, Shut Up and Heaven performed the best. Shut Up was good, but he wasn't quite as good as Heaven. I said this before, but I think Unlucky and Heaven no question, 2 of the top 3 snipers in the world. Shut up, played exceptionally well. He improved much. Yeah, he definitely improved a lot. That's true. That's true. Everybody hates on Q9. I think they misremember the video. There was only one guy on Q9 that trash talked. Everybody else in the video was like super nice and talking about how great their team chemistry was. Like, if y'all want to hate on Q9, just hate on the one guy that trash talked, because that's all it was. And this player from Heaven to play his life right here backs up. I think they clutch this, right? I'm pretty sure that they do. This is, yeah. I think they peeked that angle. I'm a little bit surprised that people... Yeah, because Shut Up gets him right there and then Heaven. That sniper duo, super, super lethal. I was super impressed that Blacklist was able to win an S&D with those 2 playing like that. I felt so bad for Heaven in the last game. Crazy how much work Vox and Blacklist put in? Yep, very true. Is it true that your calling card will soon be the rarest because Ferg and Hawk's bundles contain calling cards, but yours doesn't? What bundle? I don't know what you're referencing. React to a Xeris on Q9. I'll after we're done with the VOD review, I'll look at like memes and stuff. What do you think about iFerg Brazil team's controversy? It's getting heated. Is it getting heated? I literally haven't seen anybody. If it's getting heated, then it's only because Brazilian YouTubers are trying to impression farm, because Ferg literally didn't do a single thing wrong. Like, Ferg was trash talking all the teams. It's anybody who's crying xenophobia about Ferg, saying that a guy with 1,000 Twitter followers doesn't have enough money to bet $30,000 on a 1v1, like, you're just reaching. Gosh, Unlucky's so good. Got 4 already. I think he gets this one too. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Now that I see it, Lan did the exact same thing that Ferg did. No. Ferg trash talked every region for his entire stream. People just nitpick that one clip and then impression farm the mess out of it. Lan trash talked an entire region. That not the same thing at all. Thoughts on China respawns? I mean, we knew that was going to be the biggest opportunity for other teams to capitalize. I'm going to have to go back. Like, obviously, we're doing a whole VOD review right here, so I'm probably going to, like, try to pay attention to the matches that I felt like were the most impressive. This is one that I definitely felt like both teams gave it their all. The main reason I wanted to watch this one is because it's just Heaven versus Unlucky all the way through, and it's just a freaking sniper clinic. Lan should get banned from everywhere for racism. I mean, he explained that he was obviously talking about the... What? He didn't take the shot? He explained that he wasn't talking about the whole of India and that he didn't mean what he said, and he was only... Yeah, that snipe from Unlucky over that head, he's disgusting. Like, obviously, he was just talking about... He was trash-talking the Indian teams that performed in Stage 5. What up, Marshy? Marshy, can you elaborate on which team's playing for who and leak all the rosters for me? That'd be good. If you had to pick 2 players from Western, 2 players from Eastern that impressed you, which players would it be? I mean, yeah, you got to say Heaven for Almighty. Even though they didn't win, no question, he was an absolute monster. I feel like, for me, I wouldn't even put a Blacklist player just because so much of their success was predicated on how good their teamwork was. Like, that's how impressive it was that they won the whole thing, that there's not one player I can point out and like, man, he just carried his team so hard. Skurd was good, but he wasn't necessarily always the best in S&D. What's the sniper's name? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Kenshi? Kenshi? Was that his name? Like, both of those guys were really good at different points in the competition. So I wouldn't say, if I was going to pick 2 players from East, I don't think I'd pick anybody from Blacklist, just because it was their teamwork that was the most impressive thing. I would say probably Heaven and Unlucky if I had to pick 2. If I was going to go West... Yo. Oh. If I was going to go West, I would probably go Drari. And... Woo! Oh, if he had hit that, that probably would have turned the tides of the game. Actually, they're winning right now, aren't they? I didn't even realize. Envy? No, not Envy. Envy had like 1 big game. There's no question Band was more consistent throughout the entirety of it. I'd probably go Band. Especially given how much Band has improved throughout the last year. I'd probably go Drari and Band. Especially the fact that Band wasn't even on Tribe coming into the year. And it wasn't until the Nova roster got sold to them. Gosh. Just Heaven versus Unlucky. Oh, shut up. Did he collat right there? Wait. Oh, no. His teammate was already dead. Okay. Yeah, maybe not the best spot to jump down, especially if his teammate just died right there. I guess he had died a little bit. Yeah, he died in a different spot. Okay. Band and Jesus are the best in stage 5. No, Drari was... Jesus Can Save You was good, but Drari was definitely the more impressive player. Like, he hard carried stamina. All these people crying about people saying stuff about the region. Have you not seen EU versus NA and NA versus LATAM? I think it was more that LAN just called the entire region trash. I think that was the main thing. Gosh. They just had no counter for Heaven. And part of it is that Unlucky and Heaven were playing different angles the entire way through. Like, there weren't a whole lot of Heaven versus Unlucky snipes. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit just because I want to hear
come out on top as
what they're talking about.
But I think they will be able to do just that, as it's going to be a 5v1. It's up to Unlucky to show us what he's all about, but he can't win that battle. And it will
this one, I love Unlucky's smile. Like, he just looks like the happiest guy, you know?
Echan definitely could have played spoiler there.
I'd be fine if they just kept it on his face cam the entire time.
His timing just wasn't in his favor. Almighty, though, in that round, definitely looking like the team we expected to see. As we flip sides now, Almighty, it's going to be on the defense. Bomb going to be in the hand of Cast 12 for Vox.
Is Heaven OP? For sure.
The sniper and Lucky trying to trade it
I did feel bad for Almighty. Like, obviously, it came down to not making it out of the winner's bracket, but they, how do you not see that? How is he alive? What? I didn't realize that. How? How did he stay alive that long? Oh, this is a rough spot. Yeah, and he doesn't know Irfan J is right behind it. Oh, that snipe! I forgot about that snipe! Oh my gosh! Oh, that was one of the nasty flicks of the entire tournament. Oh man, that was such a disgusting flick.
I think a must-win map for them. They don't want to find themselves down 0-2 against these underdogs who have proven time and time again that they may be the big dogs in this
Bobby's just not going to reply. Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to reply to 800 people simultaneously or anything.
He'll cut back towards mid-map, knowing that he could possibly get another
headshot too. Yeah, for real.
Shots, but
just absolutely filthy. Kenshi's 1v3 was the best in the whole tourney.
It's all
yeah, that might have been the best play. I'm not gonna lie.
Works his way through kitchen.
The aggressiveness out of Heaven with the sniper is just absolutely
that might have been I can't even what that was day 2, right?
Now they are a man up and they have so much information.
Air Peer underrated. Yeah, they were definitely underrated coming into it.
Such good positions.
I mean, fairly so because they were I don't think they won a map in Mobile Mayhem before they dropped out.
Aggressive when you're on side of Almighty on defense currently. The bomb still making its way over towards the A side. Nobody's really
That
gonna be
play
there
was
to
so
contest it. They
unexpected.
could get it down for free. The
I mean,
closest
yeah,
player is gonna
usually
be Incendiado.
1v3s are pretty
I don't think
unexpected.
it's gonna be Chucky it here anytime soon, though. 56 seconds on the clock. Cass and Beast are gonna be the closest here. They're hopefully gonna go full A.
Can we get a nerf to the thumper so I don't have to watch it in competitive anymore? I would greatly appreciate that.
Is watching that flame because he knows there is a
Shut up.
possibility it could be a
So I
playback
can
there.
stop watching
Now,
pro
to
players
the
kill
44
themselves?
situation,
Oh my
Player
gosh.
take himself out? Looked like he looked
Were
like
you
maybe,
surprised seeing how
shit,
Japanese
that
teams
did,
performed
but
considering
in
most
the
of us thought
end,
they were going to get
it is
smoked?
gonna be
Yeah, I already talked
Incendio.
about that.
Flash is cocked.
Oh, past server released weapon
Not
adjustments
gonna
for
get
next
any hit
season?
markers,
Nice!
So that's gonna allow him to move down those stairs just a bit. 23
Flash is
seconds
what?
on the clock.
Flash is caught. Flash is-
ARP always
Flash is
plays
what?
Mobile Mayhem on
Anyway,
80 MS?
We're gonna move past that. 13 seconds on the
That
clock.
doesn't
2v3
seem true.
AMT Heaven finds one, but they won't have enough time to defuse here. Fox just needs to stay alive. Cash, you just need to stay alive. I don't think they
Yeah,
got the
that was a
defuse. I think they
really
were
bad
just
shell.
a little
Oh,
too
they
late
didn't
to
have enough
grab
time
both of them
anyway.
in the hands of
That was
Fox
actually a
here.
good shell. I take it back.
Push
I'm wrong.
another round on the board, 3-4.
What about Incendio? Incendio is good.
Move on forward.
Definitely a smart
We're gonna
player.
start to see Almighty.
His
It's
stats
happening
weren't
at
really all that
15
impressive
and
most of the
2.
way
We
through.
got to call that one out because he has had a
He had
map so
some good
far.
games.
Has been unlucky on the other end. That's been matching his energy. But as we kick off this
Any
round,
thoughts on NYSL not making the finals? It's
Evans
unfortunate.
with an aggressive
They had
angle. He gets
matchups that
stunned,
they
and Vox
should have
got
done
that
better in.
intel
And
that
I
he
felt
was
bad
in a
that
forward position, and
it ended up being a 3-0 when they lost the domination with a triple cap in play, but sometimes that's just how it goes.
He has gone here almost every defensive round and gotten that free pick on the cross.
I legitimately, I think that was the only game that went to time for the entire tournament.
For match point in the search and destroy. Bomb is out on B side. Unlucky's going to be the closest there.
Patch notes out. I know, guys. I'll take a look. Kale with the 13-month resub. Appreciate it, guys.
Almighty in that strategy is that they use the thumper to blow up that.
What do you think of
chalk
Ferg
that-
versus
that
Bobby
takes
Subs
cover
battle?
on a start,
Now
so,
that I'm home, it's game over.
He doesn't have to
Locked
worry
in.
about, any nades coming through
Might as
and,
well already
you know, that
give me
car
my
being
million
a
subscriber play,
truck
you
being
know?
6-man on the map, but
I gave him a
Almighty
nice little
with
2-week
5-2
break where I had to
situation.
go do some casting
And he
work,
got
but
all angles
now that we're
covered.
back,
Bombs down
content
because
is going to be
Unlucky
S
is just
tier
trying to
every
creep through the driveway,
single day.
trying to
Unlucky.
find anyone.
Again.
We'll find Shut Up,
Get this dude a teammate.
but he needs at least one more.
Get this
He
dude a
got- they got
freaking
some time to
teammate.
work with.
They didn't nerf any metiguns. Wait, so it's still gonna be type 25.
Unlucky. This is like a half.
I mean, type 25 is like one of the least annoying metas, but still, it's all 5-man type 25s in every single game. And probably the only reason I'm not annoyed by it yet is because I haven't played ranked at all this season. Not even legendary.
A little trip up there and turn.
Uh,
4 players, 20 seconds on the clock. They do get bombed. Ichan tries to win the gunfight. Unlucky will trade it out, but there's just too many manpower.
Poor Unlucky.
Now looking to tie
well, unlucky with how his teammates played in this one.
Almighty so far has been looking good in
HS
my God,
nerf?
heaven. Looking
Wait,
like the
HS
best
what?
player
There's 2
in the
different
Eastern
HSs.
region at
HS nerf?
17-2 throughout 8 rounds.
Haven't used the
This
type or the
search and
M13 in
destroy.
respawn, he
We'll
would have
see
made a
if
bigger
Cat can drop
difference.
that 20 bomb.
Yeah, I will
Car got
say
destroyed to kick off the round.
it
Having
felt
the forward
like
angle, and from
a
that
little
point
bit of an
through,
ego
and
thing that he
fired.
stuck with the AS Val all the way
Out, but
through
intel in which he got,
and didn't
you'll
try
start
a
to see
single other gun in
Almighty fortify
respawns.
and defend his
I get
court
that it's
side
a
as they
comfort
pick up
weapon,
some
but
kills.
when there's other
Fox
guns that
tried
are
their
just
best to break their
statistically
way
better,
through.
that and
It's
also
gonna be
why
difficult
not use
for
the
them. They
SKS?
need Unlucky to go big once again.
Why not use the
All of them,
SKS?
you know, they're
Like, give it a
taking
try
some
at
of
least,
those
you
cool
know?
steps. That's gonna be each
Such a
other
big
still watching
statistical
the flank
advantage
movements,
over
you know that there's
the.
absolutely
They win this
nothing
round,
there for
right?
forcing his
They're in a
teammates. Almost
3v5.
2v4 here. It's 2 players on Mighty.
You
He's
can
looking
wallbang
for a
that?
pick. Unlucky's trying to get the wallbang from
Gosh.
TG, but he's just not finding
Oh,
anybody.
he
He
got
will
one.
find Shut Up in the
Oh.
back though of basketball.
He got him
Yeah,
off
one more play
the
back
head
there
glitch on
for Ishan
basketball.
Blind. Efran going on a
They
very
win this.
deep flank. This
Wow.
is suddenly much more doable for them in a 3v3. A minute to put the
I
bomb
didn't
down.
realize they were down to a
Know how he's
5-3.
ready
The
to
fact
go
that they
here
come
on
back.
the site. He's gonna get
Heaven.
window. Might find a free
The
pick here.
fact that
He
Heaven
got
threw the
team
20 bomb made me so sad. Unlucky. He was crouched and.
to tie it up. Bomb picked up once again, but now Almighty.
I didn't
knows
fully
where the
comprehend what was
operator's
happening on that
gonna
one.
head on
I must
over
have
here.
missed that
Bomb shooting
POV because I was
plan.
watching the screens on the side.
All right, it's going to be a post-plant situation for Vox. But if
Gosh.
we know anything, it's that
That poor guy just got
their defense
no
has been
help
too
in this
good
game.
throughout this map so
You can
far,
see
but
the
we'll
thumper
if they
shot
can
up in the
shots to
sky.
continue to. Unlucky, looking for anything. He will be able to find one player. His teammate
This
behind him.
1v2.
Sees one on the left.
This
Great shot to him.
1v2.
Sees his
Oh
India,
my
and
gosh,
that's a
that
big
shot
double for
over the
Lucky.
head glitch.
I want a montage of Unlucky snipes.
Disgusting.
In this
Look
one
at him.
map
Look at that
alone.
smile.
Like Heaven's popping off.
The Almighty
looking
versus
around,
Blacklist
18-3.
intense? Oh, for
We're
sure,
gonna be
especially
on
the
board
last
with him
one.
With too many except for the couple snipes through truck.
Heaven's
but Unlucky is
18-3.
nasty shots that he has no business winning, especially this is COD Mobile.
You
That's
got
stuff that I
3
would
players
see
on your
the
team
PC
that are
players
double
hit, so
negative
this
or
is
worse.
out of him, 15 and 7
And you were up
respectively,
5-3.
to put another round on the board, 4-5.
Crazy.
In the hands of Cass, looking to make his way over towards B side. If they can take out
Absolutely
Infrared here,
absurd how
push
good
up
these two
towards
are.
Truck side, they could get a free plant.
Once again,
I can't even remember what happened. I remember it getting all down to Unlucky at the end. That's all I really remember about this.
You know, kind of herd Vox down towards that court side A site. And it's been
Obviously,
working
you're going to play this
majority of these
crazy,
rounds.
crazy passive.
As we'll
I know
see,
he stays
Unlucky
alive
knows
right
he can
here.
get himself a few shots in his area,
Obviously, there's
and
going to be
there's some
trophies. I'm
long-range
surprised more
battles
teams
that
didn't
he's
run
very
more
comfortable
trophies.
in taking, as you can see. Slowly
Especially given
trying
that
to
one
clear it
trophy
out.
counters 2
Almighty
tacticals, so
will
it makes
respect
Tactician,
him.
like,
Kinda
not
disengage
obsolete,
little
but
bit
a
from
lot
that
less
big side
effective.
play.
Because there were a lot
Some,
of players running
a little bit more
Tactician.
passive defense. And
That
I
seemed
think
like
that's
the
a
go-to
good
for most
call
of the
for
teams.
them, as 58 seconds
Except for
remain
the
on the
people
clock.
running trophies.
They know that there's a high possibility that Vox may try to start putting.
Oh, he's running
all their
Tactician
resources towards
trophies.
the A side, and as that time starts ticking down,
That
they're
one,
gonna have to get
that's
their
one
shots.
that's
They gotta go
like,
to kitchen sink at Almighty.
I get it to a certain
I like
extent.
this
He gets shot in the back here, I
mid-rotation
think.
passive on here
Oh,
on
he
the
gets
side of
taken
Vox.
out by
The
a
problem
dash.
is that they're just playing way too passive.
Yeah,
on
that
offense.
opener,
You
they
have
waited
40
too
seconds
long
now
to
on the clock
go
to
for
push up
something
and
right
get control
here.
of this A site. You need to start playing more aggressive and start hindering Unlucky with trying to get that first pick.
Yeah,
for you to
this
then
is
do
just
something on
unfortunate.
the map.
They
All
waited
of
too long
Almighty's
to push
covering
in.
is
This is
on the
what
B side. This should be
Blacklist
a
did
free
in
plant.
a lot of
Smokes
their
go out
round
on
11s.
top of basketball stairs. The bomb will go down.
You get the
They
bomb
put
down,
40
but
seconds
now
on the
you're a
clock.
man
Now
down.
Vox are down a man, but they do have
With
complete
Almighty
full
going
side
for the
control
retake.
And Kitchen. This should be a round under their belt as long as they
They
win
just
their
end up
gunfights.
getting picked apart.
Unlucky is going to drop all the way back and take a far angle. Multiple players here in kitchen. That's a
If
big fight for
Echan
Death.
wins
He
that
will not get
1v1,
traded out, and that's a double for
I think
him.
Vox probably
Couldn't
wins
get the
this.
triple, but it
I think
still
if
will be a
Echan wins the 1v1 right there,
Unlucky misses the blind
that was
fire.
for the 20
Goes
bomb for
the
heaven,
net.
and he's just
It
like
is
running in
done.
circles around
And
him,
it
missing
is.
his shots.
Shut up, sit
with the
down, and it will be
J358.
Almighty to take
I think if
the
Echan wins the
destroy.
1v1,
6-4,
Vox takes the
get
game.
The series all tied up 1-1.
I can't believe
Crazy.
Crazy. doesn't get that trade kill there in window. He
Drive
even
versus
had
Blacklist,
the
who
heady.
wins?
There's no business to lose that gunfight.
None.
It's a tough one.
That was just unfortunate. And I wonder why Unlucky didn't pull out the pistol.
I think I would probably give the edge to Tribe.
Snipe, but
I-
Eastern Finals Sunday.
But at the same time, I didn't think Blacklist had any chance of winning the whole thing, so.
I just think he knew that.
Who
he
knows?
needed a miracle, right? And sometimes to get that type of energy to clutch up a 1v4,
Who knows?
it starts
Somebody
with
said balance changes are out from Path server. Let me. Should be under leaks, I would assume. I saw the shadow buff to the cordite. Here we go. All right, so the P90. Under current situation, the recoil pattern is hard to control. Flinch is quite bad, making it hard to use. We adjusted its handling. Flinch is decreased. Adjusted recoil, improved sudden kick and recoil pattern. All right, so the CBR might be a little bit more usable. Kilo got a buff. Interesting. Kilo's base ADS speed doesn't have an advantage over marksman rifles. Yeah, it definitely needed a buff. Base ADS time increased by 20 milliseconds, so like 1 frame. Extended light barrel ADS. Nobody's going to use an extended light barrel on it. Ranger barrel, nobody's going to use that. Marksman barrel, nobody's going to use that. Okay. HSO 405, slow fire interval, doesn't have expected skill to reward ratio. Although each pellet damage is high, the spread's too big and highly hampers effectiveness in actual gunfights. Decreased hipfire bullet spread, decreased ADS bullet spread. Y'all know that's a buff, right? People are telling me it got nerfed. That's a buff. It's about to have ridiculous. Decreased spread is a good thing. Y'all know that, right? That's a buff to the HS0405. Everybody's about to be running that sucker in Battle Royale. R9 BR only. Fixed an issue in which the long barrel shotgun mod doesn't affect the accuracy. ADS and hipfire bullet spread reduced by 30%. So that's a buff to the R9. That's a buff, guys. Oh, my chest bots. Wow, that is literally the most irrelevant balance changes I've ever seen. Undead Siege Editions. Do we have hell mode? Did we get that? I have no idea. New mode. Oh, that's what they're saying. It's coming. Overall playtimes increase. New mode comes with new stuff such as Pack-a-Punch, Midnight Affix, Tempest, and Ray Gun. Nice. New mission, daytime mission, feed the Hellhound. Yeah, I don't really care about any of this. Pack-a-Punch. Anybody who's played zombies knows what that is. New map, Blackout will be coming to Undead Siege. Nice. I don't think it's going to be enough to get me to play it, but cool stuff, I guess. All right. Very irrelevant patch notes.
Close range engagement. But as we take a look at the highlights of this matchup, the story of the first half
that was
was almighty.
Still not counting.
Current one's too easy. Wait, current what? I can't remember how this one went. I want to say Almighty wins, but actually I think Almighty loses this. It felt like there were a lot of situations in Dom where they didn't hold their map control well and kind of wasted lives. Get a lot of progress on B. I'm surprised we saw so many Fenix on firing range, especially for Dom. I will say Shut Up played with it really well, but it's just very situational. As a big clear for Vox. Surprised they didn't push for B there. Especially with everybody now pushing up from firing range. Q9, what happened to them? I said this before, but it kind of felt like what happened to Stamina in Masters and in Stage 4. They're good until they lose their confidence. And they never really lost their confidence in China Masters because they just won everything. But they weren't wrong when they said they didn't really have much of a challenge. You know? Why use Fennec instead of Type 25? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, throughout the majority of this map, Vox just had the better map control. They couldn't get Ishan out of topside. Pick up. Oh, he must have been out of ammo, right? He's got the Fennec to work with now. Watch Godlike versus DG S&D. Yeah, that was a rough one. I don't know if I want a VOD review, though. Fennec mobility and bigger mag. More forgiving. Not a bigger mag if you run the extended mag. You don't really... Range is way more important than mobility on a map like firing range. Hope Activision gives Garena more than one spot next year. Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll definitely take into account the results from this year and how teams performed when they're evaluating that. I'm expecting a lot of format changes, and I talked to the Activision guys, and they're currently like reading through all the changes that I recommended in the document that I put on Twitter. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of those implemented for 2022. Crazy that they held off this B push. Cluster's banned? Nope, it's not. Lightning Strike is banned. Cluster is not. Thoughts on Image coaching Blacklist? I mean, he definitely proved himself as the top tier COD mobile coach. There's no questioning that. That is crazy. The one thing I question is his calls on the like the round 11 S&Ds, but obviously it worked out in the long run. But yeah, he clearly knows more about COD Mobile than I do, so who am I to question it? Japan only got 2 spots. I mean, to be fair, Japan did not look very strong at all in Stage 4. It is clear that they put in a lot of work, but... Which is better, SMG, QQ9, or Fennec? After the nerf, probably the Fennec. They're going to be 4v4 next year. That's not necessarily true. I said they were going to look at the changes. I didn't say they were going to implement every change that I suggested. I think they should put in 4v4, but that's going to be the most difficult change to implement out of all the ones I suggested. Watch Godlike versus DG. All right, I'll watch the Godlike versus DG S&D. Yeah, it was a rough one. Let's see. Check Burns' statement on Stage 5. I'd read it. Nothing that I didn't expect to see in there. It was Heat 4? Is that it? No, that's Godlike versus Q9. Let's see. I know it was on firing range. Maybe it's Heat 3. Was I casting it? Anyone remember? This is Revenant versus DG. Yeah, it was definitely, it feels bad, man, for the Indian teams in this one. Where was it in the broadcast? Have I skipped it? I'm very used to 5v5, don't change to 4v4. Yeah, people being used to something isn't really a good reason to not change it. Like, people are used to using persistence and rank. That doesn't mean you should just leave it as it is. All right. We have Aerith's rundown on how to play the map. Nice. Hello? I forgot how long this was. Oh, here it is. All right.
Who is going to win this particular
So I was casting it. Good to know.
We have Bros pushed up really aggressively, trying to get
similar to how AMT threw their S&D against Blacklist in Game 5. To be honest, I don't think that was a throw by Blacklist. I think it's just how offensively sided that map is, and the snipe onto Heaven to open round 11, I mean, that's not an angle we've seen anybody play throughout the entirety of the competition. That was just a god tier play. Good read.
And now one person goes down Learn, and this is what we keep saying.
If Lucas was of age, he would have gotten picked by a good team. I mean, you can't really make the if this person was of age argument, because that you can make that for like
and now they are
20 different god tier players, you know?
To make that 4 as a 1v5 situation in favor of Godlike.
Oh, Venom's just in a rough spot. Hit by the concussion, a 1v5, he's able to find one, but Trunk shuts it down real quick.
Godlike through this match hard. Yeah, this one was definitely painful to watch. But still, AMT's up 5-3. I literally, did you not hear what I just said about how offensively sided the map is?
They take DG off guard.
That's why Almighty went up 4-0 off the start.
They're in a good spot right now. DG.
When it comes down to that, like,
playing things passive, but if you're playing passive,
it's honestly impressive that Almighty was still able to win a round on defense.
You are absolutely right. You need to play for picks, and so far they're having a very hard time, especially with learning the sniper, and now they have the smoke down.
Everyone said Chinese and Japanese teams would win it all. What a joke. Same people who think they would beat Tribe. I don't think anybody said the Japanese teams would win, and by every estimation, Q9 looked like the strongest team day one. So obviously good teams have bad days, and that's, to be honest, what happened to Q9.
Yeah, that was huge for them.
Like, anybody who watched day one and said, "Oh, Q9's trash," you'd have to be an idiot.
He's going to be able to find one, and now repositioning.
Yeah, I didn't like the play to try to ninja defuse. You don't know where anybody is. You know one guy knows exactly where you are. How much time was left on the clock? I'm pretty sure he still had a decent amount of time to work. Yeah, he had 21 seconds to work with.
I respect
that.
it. I respect it. There wasn't really any chance they
why
were
was
challenge
stage
him
5
right
banned
there,
to view?
They saw
What?
him push in. But I respect the attempt at the ninja defuse.
That was really pretty open. You know what? Probably not going to see me. You know what? He took his chances.
Rumor said Japan teams are good. I mean, yes, obviously they put in a lot of work.
It's a good thing that
From what I had heard, a lot of the Japan teams were on iPads leading up to stage 4. I don't know why, but they were, which explains why they improved so much from stage 4 to stage 5.
Wow.
I would like to see more teams stick to phones.
So unfortunate. For this godlike team
So that they can be better represented in future competition.
Zen pushing across, he's gonna get hit by one.
What ping was China on? I don't know. Everybody says they were on 90 ping, which is definitely a real possibility and could be the explanation for why they performed so badly on day 2.
Oh my gosh! He's right
like
up
90 ping is a pretty massive
matter.
difference.
Jeff gonna find the snipe on the learn. Just like that, DG's got
They're gonna be Western versus Eastern. I hope so.
I didn't think he would actually go and get that. I thought.
Why could no one have a viewing party for Stage 5 East?
Right now, and that's the reason why people
I don't think no one could. I think there were a pretty decent number of small streamers that viewer partied it.
To see a Bravo push, but then the solid defense coming in from the godlike. But there you go, bros. Neutrino, very great start.
Only had expectations out of godlike. Yeah, I think that was the case for most people.
Who would have guessed that was the guy
They need iPad sponsors. Apple has already said they have no intention of ever sponsoring any mobile gaming event. So it's just not going to happen.
This godlike team just so unconventional.
90 ping, we need LAN. Guys, obviously everybody wanted LAN. The Activision guys wanted to have LAN. Like, that's not just something that we wanted. They're like, ah,
I was gonna say it's
screw COD Mobile Esports. We don't want to have like. Everybody wanted to have LAN. It just wasn't possible. Even 20 milliseconds compared to 60 milliseconds is massive. Factual. What up, Ferd? The champ's not over yet? It is over. Why this is a review.
With godlike having that confidence from the other round pushes on over into mid and trade after trade.
Apple really are snobs. They're not snobs. They just don't sponsor things. When you have as big of a market share as they do, there's no reason for you to sponsor individual events. Like, they have the biggest market share. You think Lucas is a top 10 sniper? Can't really say because he wasn't in it.
And they've got little to no
Tyrant didn't even qualify for stage 4. Do they have a team?
Especially when you got thumpers flying at your face, that can just be.
I didn't know they had a team that was playing.
Zen going in there, multiple frags being brought out. Spots one.
I was very surprised that Zen ran the MX-9 all the way through. That was unfortunate for Learn. Get stuck.
Good thing. It's a good thing he actually goes and backs away.
I think they still clutch it up though. Yeah, Neutrino gets a bunch. The Hulker no less.
Zen by himself, a 2v1 situation. Bomb is down though.
Was he the one, or was Learn the one that used the RPD? I think it was Neutrino. Who's the best player? Didn't get to see it. I talked about it before, but if I was to give like individual players recognition for how hard they carried their team, I would go to Heaven and Unlucky from Vox.
Right there, and now godlike back in control, and they're going to be on the offensive side. We've seen some unusual looks from them.
Good job casting, Bobby. You come a long way. I appreciate it, bravo. Neutrino was RPD dude. Gotcha.
Looks like they just want to hang.
Why day 1 Q9 3-0'd Vox? Could be ping difference. It's really tough to say at this point.
Godlike,
it could be ping, it could be confidence.
You are going to be in the defensive side, and I mean in the
that's one of the frustrating things about
for the defense. They might do a little bit
communism, meaning that we don't get to know anything about what Q9 had to say about the competition because China, you know.
I mean, somebody's got him.
OnePlus sponsors PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2021 for $4 million. Yeah, PUBG Mobile also gets like way more views than COD Mobile does as far as esports goes, because it's a lot more established.
One player on the inside of trailer, Learn, trying to find another pick. Jeski challenges.
Who's your team for
doesn't matter.
payout?
Rose able to win the
I
gunfight.
haven't drafted it yet. I think we're
advantage. Nade over top. There's no
drafting
trophy
like right
there.
before.
It looks like they're gonna go for the plant right here. Burns is able to pick up the bomb.
I think everyone can agree Indian teams did bad. I understand they were on 60 FPS, but even Blacklist was on 60 and they won. Yeah, I don't think at this point many people are disagreeing with that. Appreciate the 25 AED.
Over top of the bomb, Heady. They're forced to back up once again. I don't think the concussion landed right there. If it had, probably would have had a Chow, but ZZ big two-piece right there. But Trunks is on the flank. Venom's all alone right here. It's a 1v1 player on the site. The whole
they were up 4-2. Did they go up 5-2? I can't remember.
Godlike. Looking godlike.
Great job casting. I don't know who had less sleep, me or you.
I mean, it could have been anyone's game in that.
Yeah, I guess especially if you're casting Blacklist or if you were coaching Blacklist.
So good there. I'm pretty impressed with how they use.
I would argue I probably had less sleep because
Godlike going in for a very heavy
we also
push.
had to be at the studio for like
again, Jetsky loses that, but then
3 to 4 hours before the show started.
Trunks has been
It's all right. We've already recovered, slept in a little bit today, and we're chilling.
Kill on to Learn. When you eliminate the sniper and you don't have a dominant one of your own.
Thought they would all play on good ping. I mean, if it's not a LAN event, it's obvious that they're not all going to be on good ping.
Forced to back up.
Guys, I'll look at Azaris's video in a little bit. We're trying to interrupt my individual gameplays.
Especially if you can get the bomb down.
They need to have some sort of presence here.
What happens
Bravo
right
and
here?
ZZ. He needs to go in there. They don't hear it at all.
A little surprising that ZZ wasn't checking B.
Neutrino is definitely going to give him a little bit of a surprise with the backstab.
This was, this was a big play. If Neutrino gets a kill right there, very good chance. Oh wait, no, he wins this, doesn't he?
Doesn't quite get the shots. Zen a little bit.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. No. I was thinking of the other play.
Wins that gunfight. That is just so unfair.
I was thinking of the other play that happens in the next round.
Regardless of whether or not he won the gunfight.
Garena versus NA.
And definitely, I like the idea.
I'm done making predictions about what region's better until we get a real LAN event. I'm done.
Rough spot where you're forced to win a gunfight immediately check the bomb. You only got a Fennec. Limited options.
Beef Mommy sounded like she had 100 cans of G Fuel. That's just the general energy level of Garena casting, you know?
Burns is gonna get picked off the start. Thumper in the hands of Jetski, not gonna.
How did that Thumper not land?
By Bros, Learn hits the snipe right there. It looked like Godlike.
They all get picked so fast.
Like that. Oh, players left and
Bad
right.
read.
He pushes trailer, trains left and right. I don't know who's on top right now.
That was just a fiesta.
Yeah, Trunks plays this so well.
Here. They are spamming that thing like there's no tomorrow.
Because he wraps back to B right here.
Go in there, plant the bomb, go into Bravo. That is a really good thing to do because Alpha is just absolutely.
I'm a little surprised at how passively DG played this.
Finally goes in here to Bravo. That's a good call here so far.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad call.
You get to see Venom and ZZ go in there for the rotation pretty quickly.
But especially you've got nobody getting like it'd be one thing if Trunks had a sniper. But you're not getting any information. The way he plays this is so good.
He's able to get up into trailer.
The trigger discipline,
right there. They have no idea.
Everything about it. Everything about the way that he played that was so good. And they just fell to pieces.
That was probably one of the best things.
Image said top 2 NA equals top 2 Garena. My thoughts on it. Well, there we go.
Such a good thing to see. What a trait. You wouldn't expect Trunks to go
I'm very interested to see what the actual rosters for NA are going to be next year. It's going to look completely different. We know that for sure.
They do have the bomb playing very passively DG. There's just so many moments that they could have won it, but then just unfortunately
what do they
a bit too smart for them.
Oh, that
they sit back. I mean, this is how they played the majority of the S&Ds. They wait for their sniper to find a pick. Lauren got hit marked right there, so now he's got to sit back, cost some more time.
You play for your trades and everything, but you got to get information at some point, especially when you're at an advantage. Couldn't capitalize in any way, shape, or form, and now you find yourselves up against a wall. You can't really afford to lose here. You put yourselves down 0-2.
It feels like there were a lot of times where teams would do this. They'd play their strat, but they tried to do it too long.
Slow off the start. And right now, God
I think
seems
at
like
a certain
waiting for
point
Lure
you
to
have to
find
take a
sniper,
risk
open
and try
things up,
committing one
but
direction.
very content to play things passive.
Learn doesn't
And
quite
they,
get
I don't think
any
they necessarily
information
waited
that
too
he
long on
wanted
this
to give to
one.
his teammates, but with Godlike, you do have the advantage of having
But
just one more
okay,
win, but
yeah, now
most
they're
difficult
starting to
thing
get to the
close out
point
an
where
SMP,
you've
especially
committed too
being
much
number
time.
5, but still, Godlike looking very
Was
solid
it,
here
which
so
whose
far.
concussion was
Then
that?
does get the information.
Yeah,
Sound
finally
team's
he
already
gets
up
the
there,
information, but now there's
and
only
doesn't
30
quite do
seconds
anything,
left.
but Jeff gives away his position.
And you just made it a
Seems to be
whole
very
lot
free.
more
Now,
readable
with
for
28 seconds
DG.
left, they need to make a decision where they
So you
actually
can
want to go
see
and plant the
multiple
bomb.
players now
Yeah,
committing.
Trunks
They
is
have the
stepping
read
here
on the
as well. That
defense,
is not
and now
a
the
good
sniper's
spot
out of the
for sniper to
equation.
be.
The round's pretty much
Concussion's
already
gonna
over.
hit.
There's
Then we got
18 seconds left.
You don't have any options right now. Bomb's looking to make a wrap back toward B.
I don't
Looks
even
like
know.
they're gonna
I don't
make
think
their
that he doesn't even
but
have
they gotta
time to
hope
get to
nobody's
B.
there to
Like,
contest
what
from
are they
Godlike
doing
or
here?
from
He doesn't even have
DG.
time to
Another
plant the
player's gonna
bomb.
drop.
This is the
Second hit
easiest
left
read
and
of
right. They
anybody's
have two players
career.
alive, but it's such an easy read.
Like,
Oh, an absolute
that was just a
disaster of a
complete
round for
misplay in
Godlike.
every way,
What
shape, or
was
form.
Such a huge read. You gotta feel like their confidence might be a
Complete
little
misread.
shaken, largely just because they didn't want to commit toward the site.
It took too long. It was
I remember
just
Bobby
28 seconds
expecting
on the clock.
50K
You didn't really
viewership.
have a lot
To
of
be fair,
options
that was
left.
when we
It
thought
took
it was
too
going to be
long.
on
You had
land.
the advantage of, you know, being on the attacking side of dictating the pace of the game. And now DG, beautiful read, beautiful information that they actually go and have there. Now it seems like Bravo is the line of sight right now for Godlike.
They
Esports.
play it the
That's
exact
a
same
big
here.
read.
I can't remember if they
They
take more time
need
with
Learn
it.
to give them some sort of information, but doesn't really have anything to give. And now DG just sitting
And
pretty
it's
here and
it's
going
what
to
we've
top
seen
six.
so many of these teams do.
Probably get a lot of information for his team.
They get one round away from winning, and instead of
And right now, it
trying to
feels like
win, they're
Godlike
trying to not
has kind
lose.
of put themselves in a spot where you see a lot of teams, they get a lead, they have an opportunity to close.
That's what
it
I'm
out,
about to
and
say.
then they start playing to not lose rather than playing to win. It feels like that's
Let's
where Godlike
see.
is right now, playing so passive. And Venom's gonna be able to find a thumper kill as a result right there as well. Learn pulling out his thumper, hoping he can land something. He's gonna be able to get some damage.
How do you get picked?
And Venom's
Oh
gonna
yeah, the
be able
thumper.
to find a thumper kill as a result right there as well. Learn pulling out his thumper, hoping he can land something. He's
He
gonna
get
be
hit
able to get
markers?
some
Yeah.
damage, but it's not enough for the kill. Their man disadvantage again. They're forced way back into
Why
spawn.
didn't he
Passive
shell that?
gameplay is just not working.
If
Trunks
your
gets picked as
entire
well.
game plan is around your sniper getting a pick, and your sniper sees a pick across mid,
The confidence that they had
or
winning
at least a player across mid, and you know there's nobody running snipers for DG,
DG Esports can actually go and win this into a round number 11.
why don't you tell? And they finally get one.
Doesn't quite get it, but his teammate does so. Jetsky.
But then you get picked apart again.
Bro with 6 kills, so his name turns
Like
back
there's
away
just
from
so
the
many
trailer,
mistakes
and now that's gonna
that
be
just
very
keep
difficult as
stacking.
He does get spotted. Zen finishes the job. Round number 11. This isn't supposed
Like,
to
you
happen
know
for
there's
Godlike
no
Esports. You
snipers
had
on
the
DG.
momentum, you had everything down to a T, but DG Esports learning, and they can smell blood. The reluctance from Godlike Esports it's not paying off for them.
Didn't even
Right
reach
now, it
10K
feels
live
like
viewers, if I remember
he's got
correctly. I mean, I
all
think
of the
the
momentum
East
right
probably
now,
did if
but
you combine all the different
It
streams.
also seemed for the most part
But
like
yeah,
Godlike
it was
felt
definitely,
a lot more comfortable
It
on
was
the
just not what it
defensive
would have
side,
been
so
if
we'll
it was
see
LAN.
if this strategy pays, but they've got no type of defense over on A. They send out a little bit of utility, but they're not able to get any kills. Trunks trying to find a snipe right there, but the wallbang not going to land. Bomb going down right here. ZZ looks like he's going to be able to get away with his life as well.
Yeah, I
And now
felt like once
they've
they
got the
gave up
perfect
the plant
setup.
right
It's
here, it
gonna
was pretty
require
much
a
chalked.
God-tier retake for Godlike to make something happen right here.
Why are
It's
they
going
waiting
down.
so long to do
Time's ticking
anything?
Again, it's the exact
I just
same
don't
situation where
understand.
They're so afraid of making a mistake that they allow
Like, they
themselves
wait
to
till
get picked apart. Now
25
we got 24
seconds to make a move?
Jeff's gonna get picked right there. That's
They,
the opener, but
it's
they
not
gotta
even
move
like
fast.
they
He's gonna
moved
push
into
on
a spot where they
MDG,
can play it. The
finds all
sniper.
kills
Oh my gosh.
simultaneously. All 4 players drop at once.
It was just
and
so bad.
somehow 3
It's so
rounds in a row
confusing.
go
It was like a
in for
different
DG,
team
and
activated for
they're
the last
able
3
to
rounds.
topple the Giants of
Oh, that was rough. Ehan's not playing. He's the main sniper. Got it.
Able to find the player on the bomb. That might have been in time. Heaven's got the read on him right there. They're going to go ahead and
my
hop
goodness.
in.
Yeah, we already saw that sniper,
on
obviously.
The A side bomb though looking to get planted at A, and looks like no players of Vox have gotten whiff of this.
React to Garina's version.
Winners of the opening match in
Nah,
Serbia is going to be joining us live.
Trash talk.
Gonna be very hard to break.
Almighty
So far,
versus Q9. Yeah, I want to watch this one back all the way.
The hardpoint right now. Tin's gonna be able to find another.
a very solid hold.
Or Q9 versus Blacklist, correction.
All down to the map choices if they can go and deliver. Now starting things off here, Hardpoint raid.
The one thing I will
Things are
say,
getting a
even
little bit
if
spicy as both these
Q9,
teams going and rushing, but obviously Q9 already having a very solid hold.
even
but
if they were on
easy
bad
position
ping,
already in the favor of Blacklist
it did
International.
seem like they were a lot less
Blacklist,
confident
if players
than
flushed
day
out of
one.
this top area, they might have a chance.
Also,
Absolute
it
dominance
just
off the
felt
start
like
right
they
here.
didn't have a whole lot of map awareness in a lot of these situations. Like, you would just see players just running across, getting picked, and not even trying to shoot back.
Tin's gonna be able to find another.
Obviously, that wasn't always the case, but
Streaking out a little bit. He's on a 3 spree right now. He's got a Pred missile ready to go. Might be able to get a Goliath. And
it's hard to stay consistent at a Game 5 round 11. They shouldn't have had to go to round 11. Straight up, it should have been over in
That is just crazy
round
numbers
8 or
already
9.
for Blacklist International. What a really good start. But knowing that Blacklist, oh, AG did really spot a player over here. Finally gets one. Island goes down.
That
and now it all
this
goes down to the
P1 hold
rotation
was
going into
impressive.
the
I think they get the
V69
break on P2 as
already
well.
having. So great start so far for Blacklist International, but you already know here. In
Yeah, that's the
Hardpoint,
thing.
they
Like,
can
talking
just
about
slow
if there was
down
one,
to
if there was 2
snowball
players I was
control
going to give
once you do lose control here.
most impressive, there were so many different Blacklist players that popped off that
really strong defense so far for Q9, and that's going to be good for
it
them
would
to really
it would
have
be
a
doing
point,
a
but Blacklist
disservice to
International
any of
seems
the
like
other
they'll
ones
clutch
to
it out.
say this was the guy that made the play.
Players on point, make it 3. Ruan
Unlucky or
right.
Heaven, who's the better sniper slash player?
One of the tougher ones to spot out.
I think we'd have to have a larger
the
sample
thumper goes
size
on in. That's gonna eliminate him, but the Q9
to
players
give like a
waiting from the
definitive
inside. Jaden
decision on that.
looking for his first kill of the game, able to get a little bit of damage, but they can
Felt like
push it.
Unlucky
Perfect read onto Island
had
there.
less help
Trying to
from
make
his
it to 2v.
teammates in
Stang
general.
says not today. Blacklist gonna be able to push in at least for the time being. One thing you got to be aware of, more than likely Q9's main focus.
Why
right
was
now gonna
Champs
be those
rushed like it
rotations
was
to
finished in
D3.
2
That's gonna be a
days?
money
Just
hill.
take some more
Stern will win
time.
a big one.
I mean, it's
Clears out the
because you had to run 2
remaining
different
players, but
regions, so
you can see those Q9 players already with the push out to the other side.
obviously if they had been able to execute on what they were planning for all along, if it was LAN, it would have lasted a lot longer.
But a big opportunity where Q9 could
Blacklist was on 5 to 10 ping on day
One thing
2.
I could commend for Blacklist
Yeah,
International
and
is
that's
that they
also
should
like
try to
another
play great
really
by
massive
P2.
factor
They
that
tried to wait for their teammates.
people were
check
like,
them out,
oh,
didn't really go in
this
for the
team's
aggression, and
trash.
eventually flush them out. Same thing is not gonna
Like,
happen over
there's
here.
no way to
Blacklist
know
is
exactly
very
what
difficult
ping
to
all
team.
the different teams are playing on,
Unfortunately, for him,
so.
it didn't really work out with the Sparrow and already goes down. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be
Now, when it
working out
comes
for them.
down to
You know, the
Blacklist
crowd is
versus
going to be a
Singapore,
money hill that is
actually,
gonna be
how
very
close are
hard to
Singapore
break.
and the
So
Philippines?
far, Q9's gonna be racking up all the points here.
I didn't know where was Blacklist playing from.
Especially with just the non-stop spray of Utility Island.
I didn't think there was like a
right here. He's got his Sparrow
Philippine
out, and
server.
right now, looking bleak, at least on this hard point for Blacklist. Getting
I
dropped
thought
left
Singapore
and
was the
right.
closest server to them.
With 12 kills on the board, 12 and 5, there's not really any opportunity where they get the break in here.
Why didn't we get to watch NYSLM versus Tribe?
Rotated.
Because
They
there's
rotated like
6
25
matches happening at a time.
Yeah,
They're on the
that's
same
gonna be
server?
very hard.
Well, yeah,
Very
obviously they're
final
playing on the
moments
same
of the
server.
game
That's how
where
servers
every
work.
point is essential, but
I'm
they
asking
do
what
have the
server they're
Goliath.
playing on.
You see the Predator missile? Not going for the Goliath. Well, it's a good thing for them.
Like, I
to be
thought-
right
I
inside
assumed
that
they were
game.
playing
That's
on,
gonna be a very good read from Tin, not really going inside there. He still has a Pred missile to work with. Winning all of their gunfights.
I assumed that they were playing on
International
Singapore
players are
servers,
doing
which
a
would
good
obviously
job,
give
and you can see
Almighty the
Q9
advantage.
struggling to get even close into spawn.
Guys,
But
I
finally,
understand.
third Thumper kills. That's
Never
gonna
mind.
be really big
Never
for
mind.
them to have a lot of 60 seconds here.
That is some heavy
I don't
metal
think the
music
Philippine
right
server
there.
was an option.
Machine that
They
we're
tweeted
living
out the
inside
servers
Tin.
that they would be
Trying to
using for the
stabilize.
competition. I don't think there was
Sparrow
one of them in the
shot going on
Philippines.
through. Gonna be able to find one. Jabin not able to go prone behind that head glitch.
Basically,
just
Garena
like
server.
that.
You
Q9
got,
already
yeah, I'm
broken
just
in,
like
trades
the
go
intelligent.
through. One of those
I'm
Sparrows
losing
out of the
IQ having this
equation.
conversation with you guys right now.
Tested for the time being. I don't think Naluo knows that Tin's on the inside of Cubby right there, and that means Blacklist has the break once again. Naluo, one of our players to watch coming into today, the highest KD in the competition.
Especially, like, looking at that gunfight, that gunfight definitely looks like Blacklist has significantly better ping.
Pred missile ready to go. That could be a big counter for the efforts of Q9, who
I feel
right
bad
now
for
is looking
Nalua in
pretty
this
good
one.
with
He's
the
17 and
exception
10.
of
Ruan's
who's
just
getting torn to
throwing.
pieces.
Nice usage right now of the utils from both of these teams, actually. Sultan having a very strong hold here in P5 so far. Central Garden going to be one of the hardest points to go and defend.
Didn't
And
know
this year
Filipinos
so
are
far,
good in
Blacklist
COD M.
International has it to the
Filipinos
team.
have
Not
always
only
been good at
that,
COD
this
M.
is the score streaks
Omega
finally
won
put out. Dragonfire giving that
Stage 4 last
information
year
to
for Garena.
Blacklist, knowing very well where every single one of the Q9 players are going to be. They can't even
Is there
go
a
and break
geo
that.
filtering option in COD M?
Sentry
The
gun, but it's
admins
shut
picked the
down. Sparrow's
server
gonna
for
be
each of
able
the
to find
individual
another.
matches. Like they had it mapped
Already
out
on another Goliath
which
right
matches
now.
were going
They
to be
could
on which
potentially win
servers
it
to make
here.
it even.
Blacklist is looking untouchable. Kenshi
Bobby at
rotating
Singapore
out.
server? Okay,
There's
that's
nobody
what I was
remotely
wondering.
Close for Q9 right here. Game number 1.
That fell apart so fast. It was
Q9
tie
came in
game.
looking like a powerhouse, but Blacklist sweeps
It was
them
tie
under the
game.
The same thing.
Honestly, Blacklist should have won the
I
S&D
thought
too.
That 25-second early rotation
Well,
out
yeah,
of
what
Blacklist
happens
was
on
going
that?
to end up backfiring on them for sure. But it actually worked out. Even after they got broken over on basketball court, they were still able to get it back. I mean,
Why
it
am I
seemed
coffee
like they
left?
were just winning so many
I
of the
wish.
gunfights. Every single player had streaks at one point or another. And
Yeah, I
really
think once
after
they
that
got
whole season
broken.
that we saw over in Garage, Q9 just could not get any type of map control.
The timing of the score streaks for Blacklist International was perfect going into P5.
That little one
You
tap with the
saw
SKS.
Goliath in
seal it.
P3, and I mean P4, and then going into the Dragon Club. That is ridiculous. Tricky.
The old bottle
Online
flip challenge.
took one.
Not gonna talk about it.
No, psych-
Feel like
Yeah.
they're for these two teams significantly.
We're not gonna talk about it, okay, guys?
On Blacklist
and it said you best. I feel it's a little, but
against like they're.
All right. Hello. There we go.
But here we go. Edgy, Blacklist on the defense.
The idea of
right
making
now.
legendary rank similar to
They're gonna
comp
need
is
to
so
be
good.
Extremely
Thank you.
careful, and they're gonna have
I think
to
I have
depend
good ideas every
largely
once in a
on the
while.
snipes for Kenshi to land. Waiting
I
for
think it
somebody to
holds
go
a good
top.
a good balance of
Looks like
allowing casuals to enjoy ranked and at the same time creating a bridge between ranked and comp.
sit back and wait for picks.
and both of these teams having one win here in standoff so far, so that's going to be a really great start for them. You know, we see Q9 not really pushing too far. That's a good thing. Being the
Let's see.
aggressive team here on the defensive side is not going to give you any kind of benefit
I gotta-
so far. But
might have a
Blacklist
meeting at 1
International
o'clock.
being very, very passive. And AG right here having sights in A, not giving a little bit of information, but just because of how well Q9 knows that if it pushed too far, the information might
Oh.
be given. But Genshi knows where they are.
There
Tries to
there
go
might
in with
be
the jump shot,
a
wall bang.
big
Doesn't
announcement
quite
coming
see
in
it.
30 minutes.
Wow, it was millimeters from landing one right there, and that would have been a huge opener. Q9.
CODM
we expect
esports
them to
community
play
needs
passive
a lot of
through
growth in global. It's
play
crazy in Garena and
extremely
China.
passive in the search and destroy. They're gonna go ahead
Yeah, I mean, I
get
think
that pressure,
the
push
best
up
way
into
for
the
it to
A
grow
bomb
is
site.
for there to be
Bomb
that
is
link
going to go
between
down.
ranked
Sure,
and
it's
competitive, because right now it's not there, and the only way to like actually improve at a competitive level is to play scrims, and the only way to get into scrims is if you're on Discord, and if you're new to gaming, you're not going to be on Discord.
Time's ticking on Blacklist, and
I lagged
they're
when
not
they're
really
talking to
making
the
moves
team
one
before this
direction or another.
game. I think it
Just
stopped
hoping
at
that those
play
number shots
passive.
go over top, but it's gonna
Then
be
yeah,
Luo
3 more sentences to
finding
say,
Edgy right
lol.
there. Chen pushing out, and right now Blacklist really caught between a rock and a hard place. They're gonna get pinched.
Yeah, it felt
They're gonna
like
be forced into the bomb site, but there's other
the
players on
passive
inside.
approach
I
worked
think
for them
people went
sometimes,
down
but
too.
it felt like
He
there were
said, "I
times
got
that they
some
were
boxing
overly
gloves.
passive.
Can I introduce you to
But
them?"
yeah, that makes
He's
sense if
gonna be able
that
to
was the
get a
only com that they
second.
got.
And that's the Q9 that we
Because they
expect
went
to see in
from
S&D.
playing passive and
This
getting
just
information to just
Perfection.
sitting in
Dude,
spawn.
I can't even. Boxing Gloves Island, he's just so confident. Just give this man a boxing
90% of
break and he will
Indian comp
absolutely
players
dominate it.
have
And
left comp
he's
in the
been
last year.
wanting to use that. He's been using it from
Not
day
T1
number
players.
1, and he looks
T1
like he wants
players
to
have all been
dominate
pretty
that
much
as
the
well.
same.
And finally, an aggressive push going into Alpha because they know very well that they're going to be winning the gunfight. Kenshi not getting anything from that window in Granny's house. Tries to get that information. Gets one off of the wall.
I couldn't
bang.
believe he
Gun
landed that.
raid
What
stops
was
the
that?
plan. And now we need
I want to
get
see
an
that again. And I think it might have been like
not getting
lag.
anything from that window in Granny's house. Tries to get that information.
Yeah,
Off of the wall
that had
bang.
to be a spectator
Gun
glitch.
raid stops the plan, and now we need to see an adjustment from Q9.
Oh, it looks like he's got the angle. He hits another. Island's gonna
Most-
drop, and it looks like Kenshi may have found a counter for Q9 right there.
What was that one? I was reading
Drop,
chat.
and it looks like he's got
Yeah.
See an adjustment from Q9.
Little Moralto action right there.
Angle, he
That was a super laggy spectator client. Do you know what server they're playing? I think it's Singapore. I'm not 100% positive. That was so close to landing too.
Javen looked for the reload on the thumper, not going to be able to connect right there. Only 2 players remain. Naluo's got to pull off something.
Naluo's really, really good.
But it's a 1v5, spotted out by Skurd right there. Wow.
Obviously, no disrespect. I was surprised we saw body shooting there too. I was like,
but they tie things up 1-1.
It's 1-1 in S&D and you're shooting bodies? That is a ballsy move. Especially against Q9.
It just seems like he can see through walls, ladies and gents, but again, that
T1 players have also left because of no tournaments. T1 players literally just played in Stage 5. I don't know what T1 players you're talking about, but it's definitely not like legitimate T1 players.
J-Ben finds Ruan for the first blood, and man, we knew the snipers were going to play a big role. That's 100% been the case. Blacklist, especially
body shooting is planned for every S&D.
Didn't really seem to have a dominant sniper outside of Kenshi, but now
who was it?
Somebody else that can maybe give him a little bit of an assist.
Somebody shot a body mid-round while they were in the middle of like a 2v2. I was like, I think it might have been Blacklist.
That's gonna force Q9 to slow down.
It was one of the later games that they like he shotgunned somebody, shot his body mid-round while he was getting chased around a ring or something. I can't remember.
On the cross right there.
Hello.
And it looks like Q9's
Hey,
trying to make the
what's
push
up?
on in the A site, and they're going to go ahead and exit.
I have not.
Push finally coming in through Alpha.
Yes.
You see here.
What do you want?
Chen trying to search for that information. The bomb right behind him. Finally, the plant's going down with 50 seconds on the clock, and they're going to bring it down to 40. And now it's all
right.
up to Q9 to finally get a response, and we do. Tang gets one shot. Skurd goes down. Now we get to see a full infiltration from Blacklist. Bodies being thrown here. 3v2 situation, and just like that, Q9 has the upper hand.
One sec, Chad. I'm ordering lunch.
All the way into the bomb site, but he can't get the defuse. Perfectly set up for that box's defense.
Is Crossfire
trying to do. Kenshi's going to be able to find one onto Naluo right
pinned
there.
from Blacklist with Karo?
Some help. He's not going to be able to get the kill.
That's right.
Yeah. Tang finds Tin.
They could not deal with him at all.
Doesn't look like enough time for Blacklist.
He was an absolute nuisance at the top of B.
Side of Cubby, and one player still over on boxes. Kenshi's gonna sit back. Thought maybe he'd play as KD. Island finds the kill right there, and Q9 retakes the lead.
Were servers rotated every map, or is it fixed server for the whole game? I think they were rotated every map, but I'm not 100% positive.
It only worked out for Blacklist International when Q9 went in there very aggressively, answering with aggression as well. So
I think this is mine.
Go in there for the retake and have a response because they had the upper hand, being one person up.
What do you mean? Is this chat?
Way more aggressive right here. Players pushed up all the way past Tank. They're sending them all the way through. They're on the aggressive.
This was a terrible play by Q9. This made absolutely zero sense.
Find a two-piece right there. Edgy's there just
Q9 threw this round.
They're able to get some information right here. I think Edgy hears the gunshots from the top.
I respect
trying to get
the confidence.
Read on the island, but he backs back down. Now Ruan on the inside of the bomb site.
That guy got completely isolated, and once Edgy won this game.
They're trying to push through now. There's one player over to the side. They can't spot him. Naluo pops up. Pistol not going to be enough.
That definitely looked like a ping difference there.
Another round through for
See, we keep saying Q9 every time they're on the aggression, Blacklist International retaliates because they can win those gunfights, and that could have ended up really good for Q9. But this lesson needs to be learned that when you push Blacklist International, you will not win.
Understand why Garena players use KRM now? They literally used it in like one game out of the entire tournament. And it was one guy.
The thing was, the aggressive approach was not bad for Q9. They completely flooded the bomb site, but they
once they pushed past barrels, it was like,
there's just no reason to do.
You guys?
The only thing I can think of is maybe they wanted to do a surge.
Casting finals stressful? Not really.
But like logically, it doesn't make
I think casting my first studio cast was stressful, but after that I got used to it.
There's so many corners where players could be, and you just give free kills to Blacklist. The bomb goes down, but Chen's gonna get picked. Kenshi finds one onto Naluo again. Ruan way back by boxes right now. They've got to deal with him if they want to be able to get to the defuse. Not gonna be able to make it happen. J-Ben finds one. Tang right behind Tractor. He's gonna be tough to take out as well. All they got to do is take out boxes, and Right now, it looks
Yeah,
like the
I
smoke's
think
in
they
place.
may
He
have
doesn't an
misplanted
angle.
that.
J-Ben
I don't
gonna
think
be
he
able
had
to get
eyes
the
on where the
defuse
bomb was.
regardless, and now we find Blacklist
Probably would've lost
International
anyway.
with the lead.
It's just Blacklist International thrives
That'd
in
be too.
being aggressive. You saw AG push in through mid with the help of smoke, gets one, over pushes into boxes, loses that, but then we see trade after trade for Blacklist International. And
Kenshi or
that's the
Heaven's
play that
best
they've been
sniper as of
playing here.
now.
I mean, Q9, they
You
just
can't sleep on
suffer
Unlucky.
when aggression has turned to
Kenshi's
their
good.
favor.
I think
And
Unlucky's
just-
probably better than
it's
he
sad to
is,
see
at least
because
for
you
right
know
now.
that they're a little bit better when it comes to like those
Is it
one-on-one
possible for you to
gunfights,
host a
but
4v4
they're just
tournament?
So now
It's
we finally
possible.
get the switcheroo and
It's
Blacklist
just going to
International
be
is
difficult to
fine
do
bombing,
when
but as
every
they're
existing
playing that
COD
passive
Mobile
approach,
team is a
Q9
5-man.
having a very solid defense here so far. All angles covered, but it's really into that midpoint where they kind of
Did I
lack
get an
that
invite
defensive
for that
setup.
meeting? I might have a meeting in
Right
20
now,
minutes.
really tough setup to break for Q9. Everybody's behind materials that are not wall bangable, so Kenshi's not going to be able to find any picks right here. J-Ben's on a rotation out toward B, and
Let's
this could be
see.
what they need, but he's not able to hit the shot. With him getting shut down, they now have 0 options. Tin.
I can't
bounced around the
remember
corner,
when
not
I
gonna
had
be
the
able to win
call.
that gunfight either. Completely locked down by Q9 right now. Chen got no reason to move. Kenshi's still trying to hit a jump shot. Skirt finally going to open things up. A player's going to drop. It's going to be Ruan with the frag right there, and now all the pressure on to Kenshi. With that miss, more than likely going to seal his fate on the round. Bomb.
Yeah, I
is
don't think I
down
got an email about it.
right by the A site, past tank, and that's going to be really tough to recover. Going for the wall bang right there. It seemed
Yeah,
like
if that
great
bomb wasn't
angle,
there,
and Naluo's gonna hop
probably
on
would've had it.
the snipe. Just like that, Q9 back at the
Just
top.
do 4v4.
And here
I
we
mean,
go,
it's
Blacklist
easier said
International
than
not
done.
doing well on the passive
So weird that
side.
Garena left their
Like,
KRM at home
just
for
straight
stage
away
5.
too far away
Yeah,
from
it's
each
almost
other.
like the
It
KRM's
was
not
really
actually
down
that
to
strong.
J-Ben losing that gunfight, and then eventually
Crazy.
we saw Tin losing the gunfight. Was it AG going into
Make it an
Black
all-star
Back
tourney?
Alley, and now finally we get to see a very aggressive approach going into Alpha,
There's
but
our
we see
guys.
Q9 having a
We've
very
got a
solid
tournament
defense.
tonight that we gotta play too.
This is risky.
We got
Tin has
the
not had any
what do you call
success
it?
so far this game.
Payout playoffs.
First blood.
First ever
Right
payout
there,
S&D
right there.
tournament.
Tin
It's gonna be
is down
lit.
once again. Skirt trades. Eji
7 p.m. for those of you who didn't know.
Q9 man advantage. Eji's made
Trunks
his way
used a
in.
KRM all the way
He's
and top
gotta
fragged.
contend with 2 Q9 players not able to make it happen, and now all the
You know
pressure
Trunks' team
on
didn't make it to day 2,
Kenshi
right?
again, and it looks like this Q9 team
Also, that's
a
one player,
lot
and
more
also he didn't use it
comfortable
every
on
single
the
game.
defensive side of things here on standoff.
Man, if you were AG, you probably should have.
And also there were a whopping 2 players in the entirety of the tournament that used it.
Not even just like in this matchup, in particular, like in general. Should have just went into the back end and tried to wait for Kenshi to go in
Is there a
there.
prize pool for the
But
tournament? Yeah, 4,000.
For him, it's going to be going down to a 1v3
7 p.m.
situation.
Eastern time.
Kenshi can
Yes.
still do this though. 58 seconds on the clock. It's going to be very doable, but he needs to make a play right now. He needs to push
Ping
into
can't always be
going
an
to the back end of
excuse.
A bomb site, but
They
he
should
also
be
needs to
pretty
pick up
rich
a
to
dirty
afford good
goal.
internet.
Yeah, timing just not going his way.
It's not how it works. You can have the best internet in the world, but if the server is 2,000 miles away from you, it's not going to make a difference. That's not how it works. Oh my gosh.
Right on the inside of this corner, and this is probably going to be the end of the round.
Just upgrade your internet,
Doesn't
forehead.
matter.
That was a
Big
disgusting
opener for
snipe.
Kenshi right there, but still a couple players to deal with. Tang gonna be able to drop him off there. And Q9
Oh my
back.
gosh.
Q9, that was the patience that they needed, and
Ah.
very well for it. And now Q9 doing such a good job at the defense.
Too funny.
Blacklist International just struggling, not
Just buy better internet, forehead.
Up 1 point, and that's gonna be very difficult to go
Am I live
down,
on
but
YouTube? Yeah.
we
Where do
finally
you
get
think
to see
that
a
came from?
different approach here for Q9. We see a pretty good push from Granny's house. Island gets one. Ah, Javen, you got
That was a really good play from Island.
He was stunned, but the moment that you get
Played
stunned,
his
you gotta
life well right
back
there.
away.
Tin was just
Go in very
bamboozled.
aggressively into Granny's. You need to know that you have to scope in somehow.
I think he was trying to back away, but he was
It was-
stunned.
it
So
was
you
stunned.
could maybe
No, I
move
think
here.
it was a dumpster that hit him because there was like a dumpster right beside him.
You
He
live
couldn't
stream on
move.
YouTube? Yeah, I have an entire
Well,
live channel
that's
on
gonna be
YouTube,
man
you
down for
goober.
Blacklist again. Man, these defensive setups just so difficult to deal with for Q9. You can see Blacklist trying to throw a couple different looks. Tin gonna be able to get the kill and the assist right there. That's gonna be the opener. Nulo's gonna drop as
The fact
well.
that
They
he
get
had
the
0
trade.
kills all game, and then
Another one
that's the
gonna
play
drop
where
with
he
Blacklist,
finds a
and now he's
2-piece is
into
just
a 2-2.
hilarious.
A little bit more manageable to make this.
Can't
push
remember
on
who
into
wins
the
this.
bomb site. You
I
got Kenshi
I
back
think it's
to go. He's
Blacklist.
already got 10 kills on the board. Eji throwing the bomb down right
Nerf
now.
the
He's going over
thumper.
top. Bomb goes
Yeah.
down. This could be the right setup.
No, Blacklist wins it.
Energies,
Oh wait, that's what I said.
5
I'm
gonna be
stupid.
enough to
We're not
close
gonna talk
out the
about it.
round. Q9 maybe getting a little bit over aggressive right there in Blacklist.
Why didn't you invite Joseph for today's
Beautiful.
tourney?
It was all that
I
fight down the
definitely
back
said to
alley.
invite him,
Just
so if he's not
decided
playing,
that,
then he
okay,
probably
we can go
declined.
push Blacklist International.
I
Yeah, for
100%
sure.
said to invite him
It's
because
just
he's
playing for
the
picks for
S&D
Blacklist
guy.
International at this point before they go and push into a site. That it doesn't really work out if they go in there very aggressively without having to win a bunch of their gunfights, but it's a good thing. Back
Is it
alley
true that
control
East would have wrecked
is
West?
gonna be
I don't
very
think so.
interesting. They finally learned the lesson and not going into Granny's house a little bit too aggressively as Tin going in for the back end. Not quite sure.
NA versus
that's gonna work
Garena
out
would
for
be
him,
fun to
but
watch. No question about
he
that.
needs to go and push into gas station if he really wants to find
Maybe get
someone.
like...
Yep. And Blacklist back with the very passive.
The one thing I'm wondering about is if they are gonna do...
Right now. They've allowed Q9 to get so much map control.
Like if they tried to do an East versus West LAN,
You got one player pushing out back gas. That could be the opener. But
would you have more NA teams impacted by the fact that like all of them are changing teams right now?
Going top of factory, but
Quit telling me to react to Azaris. I said I'd react to it later.
Timing is not there. And oh my
I
gosh,
can't believe
on
Skurd
top
won
of
that.
Boxes.
That
Can't
was just
believe Skurd
absurd.
won that. The perfect positioning for J-Ben, but he can't find the two-piece.
Absolutely
Elevated
absurd.
advantage for Q9. Naluo backing up right here. He's got 2 players for Blacklist right next to him over by that A site, but they're going to flush in from the backside. He's looking to make the wrap this way. Island with the nade.
Kenchi's just waiting right here. He wants the snipe so bad.
Be able to connect, and now Kenchi.
How's it possible to have an East versus West? Well, you play on land.
And Island is waiting for his teammates to go for the execute.
Island having
Dan versus
very
Heaven?
patiently waited for him. Kenchi, but there's
Gah!
recovers,
I can't
but
believe he hit
Naluo
that. That was
has a response
crazy.
for him. AG
AG
reaches out
clutched
to a
this?
1v1 situation, tries to fire the shots, doesn't quite get him. Thumper in hand.
How neither of them got a kill right there was mind-boggling.
After the clock with bomb going down, he doesn't quite get the shots and finally shuts him down. We see here map.
That was,
control from
yeah,
Blacklist
that was.
International, and now
That was probably one of the
they are
ugliest
at an
engagements of the
advantage.
tournament.
AG.
That and also the entirety of the
Okay,
S&D where it was Blacklist versus True Rippers. That whole game was
really
just...
tricky because he could've, like, you know,
that whole
had
game was just
himself off, but
bad.
He recovered pretty well.
Oh my god, it was miss shot after
What
miss
was
shot.
Engagement. They both had like 7 opportunities to kill each other. I can't believe what
Legendary
I just
Type
watched
25
right
doesn't
now.
have recoil.
We got Blacklist.
You
one
keep telling
round
yourself
away
that,
from
buddy.
going up 2-0
Whatever copium you
against the
need.
Kings of China
D-Chen's
right
play
here.
right here.
Very similar defensive.
This
setup
is
from
what won the
we've
game.
seen, and especially
How
with
does he get
Kenzie
there?
versus
I want to go back and
Hardpoint
watch.
Tank. Gonna
He's there for a minute.
AG. He could have
Whatever copium you
with the
need.
thumper shot not going down. Ugh, that was really tricky because he could have, like, you know, had himself off.
Does he
but
just full
he
send it
recovered
and they
pretty well.
don't eek?
Your face
What
right
was
now.
that engagement? They both.
Oh,
had-
they back up. Oh my gosh, that timing's so good. I think they had a smoke there anyway. Okay, that was actually a good play. So they smoked to allow him to get pushed up right there.
I can't believe what I just watched.
They
right
smoked to
now.
get him pushed up, and then
We got
Blacklist has no
Blacklist
idea that
one
he's
round
here.
Away from going up 2-0.
And Blacklist hasn't really
Kings
thrown
of
any
China
looks toward the
right
B
here.
site, so there's no reason for
Very
them to
similar
expect them to
defensive
wrap back
setup
that
for
way.
Q9 From what we've seen, and especially with Chen getting pushed up all the
I would
way to the tank.
imagine. Let me see.
What we've seen, and
Looking
especially-
at. So the one thing that could have happened if Skurd wraps through Broken right here, that's the one opportunity where maybe something can happen.
The tank gonna be that much more
Because
than
right now,
Blacklist
Island doesn't have any vision. I don't think he has vision on Broken.
They gotta play
Maybe
with
he
Daniel
does.
as well. It seems like it's gonna be a little
I think
bit
he's
more
just
difficult.
watching through
Chen
toward.
could definitely cause some issues right now for Blacklist if they don't.
Like, he could probably catch him if he pushed past Tank, and I think that's what they're playing for.
Very slow.
But the
I
defensive
feel
setup
like
right here is
there
so
needs to
good.
be a trade here. You need one person from Blacklist try to go in there as a dummy, and then you need to have Kenchi go in there for the backup, and that's probably going to be D-Chen.
I think they're gonna try to flood in from both sides.
And also J-Ben for the side of, I mean for Q9, I mean. And
But
J-Ben
as
for
soon as
Blacklist.
D-Chen doesn't get traded,
Now,
it's
finally the push
GG's.
coming in. Jabben gets his life, and there you go. That's the trade that we needed. Skurd
doesn't quite.
Yep.
Nope, he gets it. But D-Chen has the approach.
So now they
He
keep
has
man
that
advantage.
beautiful two-piece.
All right. Yeah, something about to go down over here. Right now, Skirt's pretty much on an island, trying to figure out where to go.
That was just such a good spot for Chen to be right there, and especially being able to get 2 before he gets traded out. The rest of the Blacklist players in a rough spot.
Yeah, once they get the
Spot in
information,
front
if he doesn't get the
Thumper
initial
not
kill,
gonna
he's just
stand.
chalked.
More than likely, that'll seal the deal
Kenshi
as
could potentially
Kenshi
pull off a
right
god
there.
tier
Now
play,
it's
but
Skrd. He's able to find one. Slides the corner, trying to make it
Skrd
2, but Tang
ends up
shooting
having to
down.
spray transfer.
Unfortunately,
If he had
Island
taken the
able to get
initial
away
shots that
before
direction, he
the
probably could have
damage
won
is
it.
done. Ladies and
Thoughts on
gentlemen, we got
sniping skills,
ourselves
East
around
versus
one.
West?
And here we
I
go.
think
This is what we
I think the
deserve
top
to
tier
see
snipers
here.
in the East are
And
probably
I didn't
better.
think it was gonna be this close, okay? Not in this map. Like maybe
But I
if
don't
we
think there's
had
a big
SND
gap.
raid, okay, I would take that. But here instead,
Like I
of
think Heaven and
both these
Unlucky.
teams
I
doing
said this
such a
earlier. I think
great
Heaven
job,
and
there's a reason
Unlucky
why
are
they
probably
keep
2 of the
winning those.
3
And
best
here we go.
snipers in the
It's gonna
world.
be down
I don't know who I would give to the last spot, but I would
Blacklist
say those 2 for
International
sure.
finally be on the defensive side, which they have a little bit better chances of winning, and Q9 finally having the bomb, being passive. That's a good sign.
I'm gonna
Tell
be honest, I don't
Activision we
love
want
this
the
setup
pay to
for
win
Blacklist.
legendary
Everybody's
type
sitting
25.
on. They've got nobody
How
in a place to gather
how exactly do you
information
guys think
right
it's pay to win? I'm genuinely. Do you guys actually believe that the recoil pattern is different?
Q9 with a similar strategy.
Like what?
Oh man, that
Ooh,
thumper
that
could have found
mid.
3 or 4 right there if it had been a little bit higher. Really unfortunate for Blacklist.
Oh wait, we gotta watch this one from the start. Yeah, this was
Here, and I didn't think it was gonna be this close. Okay, not in this map. Like maybe if we had SND.
So
raid,
obviously
okay, I would
Blacklist
take that,
Blacklist
but
still wins the
here in
matchup.
standoff, both of these
But
teams
they're, like,
doing such a
so
great job, and
far
there's a reason why
back.
they keep winning those. And here we go. It's gonna be down to the teeth here. Blacklist International
what's player 2 watching?
finally be on the defensive side, which they have a little bit better
And especially when Skirt's not even pushed up to this wall right
chances of
here.
winning, and Q9 finally having the bomb, being passive. That's a good sign.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this setup from Blacklist. Everybody's sitting in spawn. They've got nobody in a place to gather information right now.
Yeah.
Kind of
And
feels like
they don't even have somebody push to barrel, so the information that player 1's getting right here
waiting for Q9
is
to make a mistake.
extremely
Similar
limited.
strategy, but
They're really hoping those
man,
that thumper probably, if it was an inch higher, could have found 4.
strategy, but
Okay, not 4, but 3.
ooh, man, that thumper
that
could have found
mid.
3
That
or
could have been the
4
difference
right
of the
there if it
game.
had been a little bit higher.
Yeah, they got just
Really
no
unfortunate
information
for
anywhere.
Blacklist, but they seem very content to give up the free
Oh,
plant right here.
This is too
And
passive.
we'll see if they've got what it takes for the retake.
And especially with, let's see, who is this player 1? And they wait so long to make a push. They still keep firing the thumpers over top. I think D-Chen's right here. And you got Jade, or wait, oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. No, I'm looking at the right side. It's Tang right here.
But as he's used up his nade, they're just kind of
Like, they take so long to do anything right here. It's the same thing that Godlike did.
A lot of time. They have no
Let's see.
information.
The amount of time before they get into an actual position where they can find a kill, it's 29 seconds.
They have no clue that Tang's pushed all the way up.
And
into
especially,
bottom
yeah, with Tang right here, if he gets 1 kill, the game's already over.
Ramaj. Chen's going to be right there, waiting for Edgy to make the push. He can wrap back around
Tang's in
to a
such a
broken
good
wall
spot,
and get the kill
and he's
here
able to
as
get
well.
into that spot because they had no
Nobody out of the
information all
equation
game
yet
long.
for Q9.
You can
They
see he's
finally
on the
find
chase down right
opener
there,
of
gets the
time.
kill, they get picked
Taking
apart.
down, they haven't capitalized on anything they've had, and all Q9 has to do right here is play time.
They nearly
They're gonna
clutched
do it.
up.
Chen's the only one left.
But
I don't
all they
know
had
if
to do
can
is
get
play
back to
time.
the bomb in
Oh.
time. He's gonna try to stick it, but Chen.
Goodness.
And that's the
Oh
thing,
my
like when you wait that long, you
goodness.
put yourself in the position where all the other team has to do is play time, and then you're screwed.
Q9 just barely comes out alive. and
Bobby just
man,
plays dumb when it comes to pay to win things.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Blacklist. that
Yeah,
was
you're right. It's
just the weakest defensive setup. that
I
I've
don't
ever
even own
seen,
the
and I
skin,
feel
but
like
yeah,
I've
it's
seen
definitely
teams do this
pay to
all
win.
the
You're right.
time. In round
You got me on that one.
try to flood in from the obvious side, I would say.
They told me, hey Bobby,
Right here.
we're gonna take this Type 25 skin and give it less recoil. And I said, okay, good to know. I don't want it. You got me on that one.
With the
Skurd had a
elbow.
few big
The
nades.
nade over top gonna hold him off of B and allow his team to get a couple more points right there. He's on a 2-spree right
Yeah,
now.
Blacklist looks really good on this Dom map. I'm gonna go forward to. I want to watch because I don't think I have a ton more time. I want to watch the last S&D.
Very hit or miss all day long. He hits one shot and says, "Never mind."
Destroy. We're gonna reset everything and go.
That's where you get for the search and destroy.
I was so tired at this point.
It looks.
I'd be lying if I said I was hoping for a bracket reset. Like, I wanted to see Almighty have another chance, but also I wanted to go to sleep.
Expect around 11 and then 5 in the favor of Almighty. Firing range
You watch Blacklist versus Almighty last round Japanese commentary? Guys, I don't speak Japanese.
P1. No one was. It was clear that map, and now we're finally.
Okay.
Finally getting into it. Our game number 5, Crossfire S&D. Almighty absolutely slapped Vox out of the earth and just absolutely dominated here, but Blacklist International.
And that's a big opener for Almighty right there. Shut up. I believe
Almighty was so dominant. I mean, and that's just the nature of the map. It's very offensively.
This, based on the way the Vox matchup went.
Great. I don't have a way to do that.
Gotta feel like this is probably the pick for Almighty, and they're feeling
okay. I don't have to go.
There on the offensive side. 2 picks off the start.
Great.
Pressure on to 10.
I have a way to do that.
Find a pick in the inside of this room.
Oh, there's
gotta
my
feel
voice.
like this is probably
I have a way to do that.
for Almighty, and they're gotta feel like this is probably the pick for Almighty, and they're feeling
okay. I don't have to go.
There on the off. Probably.
Where am I hearing my voice from?
Gotta feel like this is
Okay, 1 second. System. I gotta end stream for a minute. We're gonna do the rest of the VOD review on Trovo. So if you guys want to watch over on Trovo, I'll be live back there in a little bit. We'll be live later for the showdown, the payout playoffs on both channels. Okay, guys, sound good?